Good morning. We have 3 cattle in there. They're off to ABP, so Asda. Dad's gonna run them in. There's one in there, number 0099, who's a little bit fiery. It's only 20 minutes or so to get in to ABP in Perth. Hello, it's me. Those 3 cattle that went away, there's a chart behind me. This is their kill out sheet. So we got paid 3 different prices for those 3 animals. Price number 1 was the Charlotte at the top. It got paid 520 pence per kilo. It got a deduction because it was overweight. There's a weight limit, 420 kilos of dead weight for the carcass. It was 427 kilos, so it got a 15 pence deduction. It's quite a bit, but that's the rules. They do that because they don't want massive steaks that the supermarkets have to charge a fortune for. Cattle beast number 2 on the chart here, 0 deductions. It was 406 kilos, it got paid 535 pence per kilo. Happy days. Number 3 got a deduction as well. It got paid 525 pence per kilo, 10p deduction because it was fat. It did look fat when we loaded it into the trailer, and it was. So it's come out as a 4+ on the fat scale. It's a 1 to 5 scale. So unfortunately that got a deduction as well. So a real range of prices there, but all in all, the prices are pretty strong at the moment. 520 pence up to 535 pence we got paid. Interestingly, the Charlotte at the top there, so it was 527 kilos with a 15 pence penalty, but it paid out the most because it was 20 kilos heavier than the limousine that didn't get any deduction. Bye. Get all the cattle fed and bedded. Then we might go digging.
Soggy clothes and breeze blocks.
These lads, Euro and Native, they've both put a wee bit of flesh back on. They were looking a bit scrawny when they came back in. They get a bit of barley every morning. Normally there's silage here. I had half a bale kicking about, so I dumped it in front of them. There'll be silage again after this bale. They're starting to get there. I don't want them fat. That's probably absolutely fine where he is. I don't want him any bigger than that. So we'll just maintain now, rather than getting them big and fat, and it's a lot of weight to lug about when he goes back out to cows in the spring. 2 o'clock today, there is a guy, what's his name? Stephen? From East Coast Viners coming. Just have a look at our feed rations and whatnot for the cattle. I would like to get someone independent to have a look at all our feed rations and just make sure everything's kind of correct. But we're just pricing up minerals from East Coast Viners. We're with Harborough at the moment. We're just doing a wee bit of price around. Just check whether what we're paying at the moment for minerals is sensible. Especially now we're using a lot more minerals, so our mineral bill is a lot more. Now obviously if you're using someone from the company, so let's say East Coast Finance, the guy who's coming later, naturally he's going to have a bit of bias towards using East Coast Finance products. That's natural. So you do get independent specialists. Same as the agronomy. A lot of chemical companies have agronomists. Naturally they're going to be slightly more biased towards the chemicals that they sell. The agronomists we use, Scottish Agronomy, they're independent, they're not tied to chemical companies, so we feel like with them we're getting a better representation of all the products that are on the market, not just a certain company's products. So we'll see how we get on with this East Coast Finers guy, but also might potentially look at speaking to someone independent just to get a second opinion. I've got 2 cows at yard 3 who are almost out of feed. I don't want to take a trailer load of feed for 2 cows. So I'm going to run down with just a wee pickle of this in the forklift bucket. No, ignore that. I'm just going to put 1 bucket full with the forklift into that trailer and run that down to yard 3. Had the power washer and whatnot on this trailer to wash something in my house the other day, but the reel gave up on me. So I'm taking this IBC off and Dad's going to take that back to the workshop and I'll get it fixed. Do you want to see the problem? That's the problem there. So when that's been kinked round like that, on the inside of the fittings pushed and worn up against the wall, and then it's just blown a hole through it. Split this, take the whole blue reel off, leave just the black reel on, which is 30 metres, the blue reel's maybe 15 or so. I'll get this bit repaired and we'll just keep this as a spare so we've not got any joint within the reel. Or not as a spare, as an extension. We don't need it when we're power washing, we only need it when we're jetting. Just remember the black hose has got these 2 fittings, a male and a female, and the blue one is male-male. So I need to get an adapter or get this changed. That end's getting cut anyway, so that I'll change to a female. I might have an adapter. Oh, that might be it. No, it's female I need. Damn it. I have plenty male-male. Just no females. Also the wheel fell off. Need to weld that up. AP bearings bound. That's what I'm needing. And he is just putting a new end on the hose. Right, there we go, new fitting. He's not that sure how it's going to work. It's a bit swollen, the pipe. He wasn't given that a guarantee. Fit in there, and then I'm needing 2 hinges for a gate. So I've tidied all that up. Cleaned all that up as well for welding it. Just need to try and get it on as square as I can. The other wheel's also got a wee bend to it, so straighten that up as well. A wee bit of heat and a wee bit of hammering. We now have 2 working straight-ish wheels. Emphasis on the straight-ish. You can go on there. Right. And this will get threaded up through there and going like that. Good boy. Paw. Come on, lad. Paw. Paw. Oh, that's all you're giving me. Is that all you're giving me? You're some lump. You are some lump. As you can see, there's a bit of water kicking about today. Storm, I don't know what the name of the storm is, but I'm going to go and have a look at the drains at yard 4. Storm Sandra. It is soaking. Storm Ashley, apparently. The pipe's taking it all. The water level's not rising above the pipe, so we're good. The field's a bit damp over there, but basically all of this water was coming to a halt and not getting anywhere. When it was properly flooded in the winter time, the water level's just about coming onto the road here, not far off of that. So you can imagine how much of the field was drowned. I need to deal with that. What do I do with that? Because obviously it's vulnerable to frost right now. One extremely novice and inexperienced digger operator and drainage attacker. Wasn't a major thing to fix, but so satisfying seeing water go from where it was to where you want it to be. It's Sunday, 6 o'clock, and it's just started getting very windy, so I'm just going up to the shed just to check everything's all right. Well, that's not meant to be there. That was away up there. No point in putting it back. You're right, beasts, you're all huddled up here. Don't stand behind the walls, you'll get a windbreak. The wind's coming in this way. Putting these 2 bags of salad wrap and net wrap behind the wall around here. I don't want all the net wrap that's in them to end up blown out and away down the field. 300 things of net wrap lying about. There we go, it's nice and sheltered behind the wall. I think everything else is alright. I'm just going to shut the shed door here. Also, I've got some of these coming. They're New Zealand made to Parry, and we're getting a wee CrawfordsFarm on that side. They're really nice. A couple of pockets up here, a couple of pockets down here. Wax, waterproof. Jesus. Look at that thing. That thing's got a bit of a wobble in the wind there. Right, well, there's no point shifting that back up to that end. It'll just blow back down to here. The wind's a bit broken up by the time it gets down here, so it shouldn't move from there, I wouldn't think. It is seriously windy, and the rain, I can just see it, it's coming. Storm Kesha. You're right, lads, you're coping in the storm. And ladies, abscess. I didn't actually film it, but I got her in. The bottom abscess, there's 2 abscesses now. One that's travelled, there's one at the bottom there and one just slightly above it. The bottom one, it burst on its own accord. So I got her in and kind of squeezed any pus out of it. And then the top one, I shoved a needle into it and quite a bit of pus came out of it. Tried to drain it as best I can, and I've given her some jags as well. So hopefully she'll be alright. Jesus! It's got a fair bend on it, that tree in the wind. Flippin' heck. I suspect we'll end up in the morning having a few big trees down, likes of things like that. That one will be alright, but with quite a lot of oaks kicking about, especially this farm, and generally after a big storm you end up with one down or a big limb come off of one. I'll have a spin round in the morning, but at 6 o'clock at night I'm just going in for my tea, make a video, get to bed and deal with the aftermath tomorrow. If you are interested in one of these, they're lined. They should be available before Christmas. I'm just getting them sorted out at the moment. I think if I remember correctly, I've ordered about 50 of them, but nice sweet one. Shoelace.